Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k22 Universe Mod. I'm BrendenPlayz. We move on from Money in the Bank and we shift our focus to the upcoming WWE Payback pay-per-view. And we have some big news in regards to Payback, and we'll get to that in a moment's time. But we're about to kick off Monday Night Raw with a big singles matchup as we look to figure out who is going to face the WWE Champion Roman Reigns at the upcoming pay-per-view. That's right, it will not be Edge. More on that later on. So we're going to have to find out who will face Reigns next. We're going to have two matches tonight that will determine our next contender, with the two winners going on to face each other very soon. First up, it's a man that had an incredible performance at Money in the Bank in the six-man tag team match. It was Randy Orton. He's got Riddle by his side tonight, of course, a part of RK Bro, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. Riddle, of course, the other half behind him there. Well, Randy Orton has been incredibly good in the tag division with his partner Riddle, but now tonight he has to shift his focus back towards the singles division, where, of course, he has made a Hall of Fame career from. His opponent tonight is a familiar face. It's a man who has faced Orton many, many times in the past, and of course it is the A-lister, The Miz. The Miz was pretty good in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's 1-3 so far here in Universe Mode, but it does hold a big win over Rey Mysterio, which of course he utilized to qualify for Money in the Bank. So despite a poor record, it really doesn't kind of indicate how well The Miz has been going, and that big win over Mysterio has earned him this opportunity. Of course, he was a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match, where Bobby Lashley and Gunther was also a part of that from the Raw brand as well. So The Miz has been okay so far, but this will certainly test him one-on-one against Randy Orton, and already Orton with a good start with the drop kick to get us underway, but The Miz fighting back with a couple of rights and lefts now. And of course, Randy Orton part of the six-man tag team match where he teamed up with Riddle and Edge, rated RK Bro, to take down the Bloodline. In that match, Edge pinned Roman Reigns to earn the right to challenge for the WWE Championship, as we thought it was going to be a Payback, but now we can confirm, no, it will not be taking place at Payback. We're going to hear from Edge after this match. He's going to tell us why he has decided he does not want to have that championship match at Payback, but wants to wait instead. So we'll hear about that later on, but instead it does give a big opportunity for someone else, such as a Randy Orton or The Miz, as a nice power slam by Orton. And Randy, in that six-man tag team match, went toe-to-toe with Reigns and the Usos and held his own. He was very, very effective, and a big part of the reason why they won that six-man tag team match. And of course, RK Bro have had their battles as of late with the Usos and Roman Reigns, and it's a good opportunity here for Orton to kind of, put all that aside and maybe focus on something a little bit different. He's obviously had his issues with the Usos in particular, with Riddle. Now he doesn't have to worry about that. He can just go about his own business. And if he does end up becoming the #1 contender, well then all of a sudden he's going to have a huge matchup coming up with Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. That would be massive for Randy Orton, and also a huge match for Roman Reigns as well. And of course, let's say Randy Orton wins and Edge wants to have his title match, all of a sudden it changes it from Reigns and Edge to Orton and Edge, which would be certainly a very big twist to that story. But of course, Randy has to get through The Miz tonight. Then he has to beat the winner of our next matchup later on. Not going to be easy. And right now, it is Orton bouncing off the top of the ropes here. And the main event tonight will be Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio one-on-one. The winner of that match will face the winner of Orton and The Miz in the upcoming next couple of weeks of Raw. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. Right now, Orton with a couple of nice combination of strikes here, working away here on The Miz, and he's going to pick him up and hit him with the Exploder to the other side of the ring. Nicely executed there by Orton, who's looking pretty good at this stage of the game. And Miz needs to really bounce back quickly here. He's starting to slip away, I feel, in this match, as Orton has got him up high here, and he's gonna drop him down for a big powerbomb. Miz might want to try something. He has his lovely wife Maurice ringside. She might want to try and get herself involved here and help out her husband, because Miz is just struggling a little bit here, and of course, so many battles between these two, so a lot of experience against one another does Orton and The Miz, so certainly you'd have to say Orton knows The Miz very, very well, and vice versa, so, you know, they certainly might have a few tricks up their sleeves. At the moment, it's been Orton, but The Miz has just started striking away and has chipped away at Orton, and just around the nose area has got a bit of a cut happening, so Randy busted open around the bridge of the nose. And now he goes over the top and almost landing on Maurice. My goodness. Speaking of Maurice, she does bring a steel chair into the ring as well. Disqualifications are in play, so that wouldn't help anyone. And countouts are in play as well. I'm not sure what will happen if somebody wins by countout. I guess that they'd have to assume they would move on to face either Lashley or Mysterio, but it just wouldn't really bode well for your confidence. A countout win is okay. You know, you take it, but do you really feel like a winner on that night? Do you really feel like, yep, I've done it, I've deserved to be here, especially in a contendership scenario? We're trying to figure out who's the top contenders, who's the top two guys. And, you know, to win by counter just doesn't feel right to me, so I don't think both these guys are going to have that mentality. But at the moment, it is a count of 8. Randy might want to figure something out here. Count of 9, realizes the count. He's going to get back in. Miz, will he be able to follow? The referee has decided to stop counting anyways, and Orton goes back outside the ring to continue the attack on The Miz. Count of 9, that was almost a double count out, and that wouldn't work for anyone. A double count out, I suppose you could say Lashley and Mysterio, that would be the #1 contenders match. You'd have to feel. Luckily, it won't be the case just yet, as Orton has him up. We're looking for the gut wrench up high, and now Orton, oh my goodness, works it into a neck breaker, and Randy Orton looking really effective at the moment. Every piece of offense is all coming together beautifully for him. He's certainly looking likely to potentially take out this W here, as the referee removes the chair, and that small bit of a distraction allows The Miz to capitalize. Into the cover now, got the shoulders down, and a kick out. And you can see Riddle watching close on the other side of the ring. No involvement from him, which is good to see. Maurice, on the other hand, not so much. But Randy, oh, here he comes. Randy Orton looking to close this one out. Randy has him on the ropes and hits him with a DDT. Oh, man, that's going to be very tough to come back from here if you are The Miz. Orton looking really good. And, oh, I think he wanted the stomps, but Miz able to avoid. Miz, this is such a crucial match for him. 1-3, a loss here, you have to feel would take him out of all contention. You know, we talked about Gunther being involved in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Well, no involvement from Gunther in this title chase here for the WWE Championship. You get the feeling Miz loses here, Gunther might move up, and all of a sudden, Miz back down the bottom of the ranks. And that's not going to be good for The Miz at all, as, oh, Randy, ooh, his shoulder. And the arm caught in a bad way there. Could have easily popped out a shoulder as Orton is being met with more right hands by The Miz. Orton's already cut open. Miz now stomping away. And someone like The Miz, you know, he's been United States Champion before. He's been the WWE Champion before. And at this stage of his career, you just get the feeling he wants to get back to the top. He doesn't want to move back down to maybe going for the United States Championship. He wants to be the world champion. If he wants to get there, though, he needs to beat guys like Randy Orton. Even if, you know, Randy Orton has won the world title more times than I can count. But even so, it means The Miz still has to beat these sort of guys if he wants to be at the top. And this is a huge pressure scenario for him. He's got the figure 4 locked in here. Orton trying to work out of it. Miz trying to hang on. And Randy tries to reverse the pressure onto The Miz and does so. Miz now feeling the pain. And Randy Orton now trying to get back to his feet. You can see he's hobbling a little bit. Miz, oh, that's effective. Boot right to the jaw. Miz has done a really good job at really working away on the skull and the head of Randy. He's trying to maybe force Randy just to be maybe slightly even concussed with all these kicks and punches, as Orton fires back with a nicely executed move, and now Randy's trying to bounce back here. It's been The Miz in the last few minutes. And Orton, we saw this in the 6-man tag, the inverted crab, Now looking to utilize it on the Miz here. Miz, you can see the grimacing on the face. Can he survive? Can he hang on? And Randy decides, well, okay, well, let's let that one go. Let's focus on something else. And Orton stomps away on the arm. The A-lister. The man who's trying to regain that opportunity of being at the top of the mountain. Reclaim his spot as a WWE champion. Both men want to do so. Both men had a good showing at Money in the Bank. Miz was pretty good in his occasions in the ladder match, but that does not mean anything now because the RKO has been hit. I wasn't ready for it. Neither was the Miz, and Randy Orton, just like that, picks up the win, and now we'll go one step closer to becoming the #1 contender for the WWE Championship that Roman Reigns currently has in his possession. There was the RKO. Forget about it for the Miz. Game over. And a bloody and battered and bruised Randy Orton survives a tough encounter, as Randy's had a tough few nights. Money in the Bank not easy for him. Neither was tonight. But what matters the most is Orton wins, and now he could potentially get his hands on Roman Reigns and take the title from Reigns before Edge will even get the shot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear all about Edge's decision not to challenge for the championship right now. Yeah, we got Edge backstage here, and he says that Money in the Bank, he proved to everyone that he was capable of beating Roman Reigns when he pinned him in the ring. As much as he would like to fight Roman at Payback, he's got some unfinished business he needs to resolve first. And he can't fight Roman Reigns knowing that he was recently beaten by The Fiend. Oh boy, this could be a big mistake. Edge, he's going to challenge The Fiend to a match at Payback. Oh my goodness. That's a big, bold statement. And if The Fiend beats Edge, he truly deserves the WWE Championship match, not me. Oh my. But if I can beat Bray, then I want Roman Reigns at Summerslam. So Edge makes the big call. He's going to put it all on the line. He either takes the win against The Fiend and goes to SummerSlam, or he gets nothing. Well, this week on Raw, Cora Jade takes on Bianca Belair. A-Kid makes his debut against the new-coming Omos, who is trying to find a brand. Will it be Raw or SmackDown? As we'll also see the Hurt Business, Benjamin and Alexander, team up to take on the impressive Imperium. We'll see Retribution as well up against the Usos, as the Usos are going to bounce back after their loss at Money in the Bank. And we mentioned it earlier on, our main event, it's WWE Championship implications. Lashley versus Mysterio. Well, this week, Bianca Belair, our former women's champion, defeats Cora Jade. Omos defeats A-Kid. Imperium too good for the Hurt Business. And the Usos also score the win over the struggling Retribution. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another debutant to Universe Mode was this man known as Veer. Well, Veer took on Jordan Devlin on this week's recent edition of Main Event, and you can see he's got Jordan Devlin all wrapped up, the body wrenched. Devlin had no choice but to tap, and Mahan made quick work of Devlin. So Veer Mahan, a man that is going to be a force to be reckoned with, joins the Universe Mode ranks. Which brand will he go to? That's the big question. Where's Omos going? Where's Veer going? We're not quite sure. So our two GMs on Raw and SmackDown have some big decisions to make. Who do they want? Do they pay more money for Omos? You pay the extra money for Veer. What's the plans? I'm not sure, but I know the plans for Bobby Lashley. That's the win tonight. He has no other plan than to become WWE Champion. The Money in the Bank plan did not work for Lashley. You can see a second L to his name. He failed to win at Money in the Bank in the ladder match. And I guess anyone would argue that's not Lashley's forte. A ladder match is not suited to his style. So Lashley will look to do it an even more difficult way, and that's by winning the next two matches. He's got to beat Mysterio tonight. Now we know he's got to beat Randy Orton next. That is going to be a big match if Lashley can get there. But he's up against a man that has the biggest heart in the world, a man that will fight and just give everything he's got to every single match that he is in. It is Rey Mysterio. And we talked about his loss recently against The Miz. So Mysterio hasn't had the best of times either. It's been a tough few weeks for Mysterio. 2 wins, 2 losses to his name, 50-50 split. Well, can he get ahead tonight? Not going to be easy. Up against Lashley, 4-2 for Lashley. And those 2 last losses for Lashley, 1 at Money in the Bank and 1 in the Triple Threat Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. You know Lashley wants this badly. Can Mysterio find one of those performances that we have seen in the past that is just a night of magic? He's going to need it to beat Lashley, who is not happy, frustrated, disappointed in himself, you name it. Lashley not happy that he's not the champion. He's not happy that he's not Mr. Money in the Bank. Lashley just wants to be at the top, and he has got Rey Mysterio in his way. At the moment, Mysterio with an early cover. Just a count of 1. Rey Mysterio had full intentions of joining the tag team division with Dominic Mysterio, his son. Dominic dealing with an injury at the moment, so we've still yet to see him. So Mysterio focusing on the singles division as, double foot stomp missing out as Lashley tries to bowl over Mysterio, but Rey firing back with a couple of right hands and sends Lashley into the corner. So with Dominic out, it has allowed Mysterio to focus on, becoming a singles champion once again. And as we said, he missed out on becoming a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I'm sure would have hurt him and his confidence, losing to The Miz. Now he's got a second chance at redemption here against Lashley. If he can beat Bobby Lashley, then all of a sudden, he's back in the mix. He's got to get through Randy Orton, of course, next. But it will give Mysterio the best opportunity that he's had in quite some time to get to the very, very top of the Monday Night Raw roster. So much power on display by Lashley. That's why he matches up so well against Roman Reigns. And even though Lashley was pinned by Reigns in the Hell in a Cell match, you get the feeling that Lashley, I feel, could be the biggest threat to the WWE Championship to Roman Reigns if he can get a one-on-one match. That's the big question mark, because Lashley got the triple threat match with Edge involved, and I think that external factor, the three-man situation, made it really difficult for Lashley to just focus on Roman Reigns and focus on beating the champion. Having to prepare for somebody else as well just threw Lashley off his game a little bit. In a one-on-one scenario, I don't know if Reigns can beat Lashley. I don't know if Reigns makes it to SummerSlam to face Edge. And we now know that's a bombshell of a match already confirmed. Edge versus The Fiend at Payback. That is going to be massive. And that match will determine who will take on the WWE Champion at SummerSlam. The Fiend could take it all away from Edge, and we already know that he's beaten Edge in the past. He beat him just a couple of weeks ago, not long ago at all. Arguably, Edge was not 100% for that match. That's probably the only saving grace. You get the feeling that Edge probably knows that in the back of his mind and wants to make sure that he rewrites that wrong at Payback. So that's going to be a big, big match. Edge and The Fiend. I cannot wait for that. The rematch. As right now, Mysterio's in a big bear hug by Lashley. That's not where you want to be. Lashley, we know, he's got the hurt lock as well. That lock, that maneuver, that full Nelson that can just rip apart every part of your body. It just hurts badly. Your neck is just so much pain. And when you've been thrown around in that hold, it is excruciating. So Rey Mysterio knows all about the hurt lock and wants to make sure he avoids it, but in doing so, maybe he hasn't prepared for the bear hug, and that can just be as effective when you got someone as strong as Lashley just crushing your ribs in. There's not a lot you can do about it. Sucks all the air out of you as well, makes it hard to breathe, and makes it hard to really get going in this match. And Lashley, he is loving this hold at the moment, going back to it again. So Lashley clearly with a clear intention in mind. Grab a hold of Mysterio, keep him out of the air, and hang on to him. And I think it's a good idea. Mysterio's best asset is his speed, quickness, agility, and high-flying ability. So if you can grab Mysterio and stop him from moving around in a hold like that, that could be a real key to success. As now Lashley, big slam now. Mysterio is hurting. You can see he's already holding the back after the bear hugs. He's in some pain. If Lashley wants to become champion, he needs to get through Mysterio as a gut wrench into the bomb. Nicely executed there by Bobby Lashley, the almighty one. And Rey Mysterio. Oh no, not again. Another bear hug by Lashley. This time You really get the feeling this could be effective. Mysterio's hanging on for dear life at the moment. This could be a winner. Rey Mysterio may have nowhere to go. Lashley decides to let go of it. And I think Lashley probably believes in his own mind. He could be about to beat Mysterio. Big time clothesline by Bobby. And Rey Mysterio has been struggling in the last couple of weeks with a bit of confidence issues. This is not helping him at all. He wanted to get back into the singles hunt, maybe become a champion again, and I think he's getting a real hard dose of reality that someone big and bad like Bobby Lashley is wanting the same thing, and it's nearly impossible to get past him. Nicely done there by Rey. He's got Lashley off his feet, that's the key. He's got him down again with a stiff right hand to the jaw. And now Mysterio building some offense, trying to draw on the reaction of the crowd to get him a bit of confidence back. Lashley with a single leg. And that takedown gets Mysterio off his feet. Mysterio going to try and get Lashley out of the ring, and it does. Does so effectively, and a springboard senton lands down on Lashley. Could I say, dare I say it, could we see the ultimate upset by Rey Mysterio? What about the DDT? Are we about to see something special by Rey Mysterio? It's all Lashley early on. Now Rey Mysterio getting himself back into this match. I think he's wasted some time though. Lashley back inside the ring. Lashley tried to go for the top rope move. He didn't have the range, and Mysterio will make him pay. That's a risk that normally Lashley wouldn't do, but being on the back foot, decided to take it. Well, that will change things dramatically. Big boot by Lashley. Mysterio, though, still going. Heel kick by Rey. Has Mysterio got the range? The pin drop splash! Missing. Lashley went for the spear. Mysterio was able to avoid. Lashley has Mysterio. Jumps over the top. And running crossbody. Or maybe just more of a diving one. Just launched himself at Rey. And now Lashley picks up Mysterio. Went for the belly to belly. Rey able to avoid. Mysterio stays in this. Lashley building some right hands. Lashley, look out. Oh, he's able to avoid the springboard crossbody. Now Lashley has him up on the shoulders. There it is from Lashley, the Almighty One, exerting his dominance right there. And no! Wow! Rey Mysterio just kicked out. Holy! We are seeing something special. Now the bear hug, but a rope break enforced. Well, we did say Rey Mysterio has the biggest heart out of anyone in the WWE. He is showing it right now. He wants this badly. He is not giving up. Lashley, neck breaker. Bobby Lashley, can he put Mysterio away? He's struggling to do so. Rey just won't quit. Lashley now has him up, wants the power bomb. Lashley! All the power he's got behind that bomb, and Lashley into the cover, and Mysterio has run out of fight. He had nothing left to give, and Lashley survives. Lashley will win. He will now set up for a huge showdown with Randy Orton, with the winner going on to face Roman Reigns at Payback. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you all in the next one.